Okay, we've decided to do a new video series. We'll do maybe 5 or 6 videos in which we will build a mix using Nuage. And so we'll go ahead and start with this video. This first video, we're simply going to compile our project and push faders up and get some levels set. And that'll be all we'll do in this first video. But you'll be able to see how quickly you can do that because of the hands-on access to parameters and things. And then the rest of the videos, we'll take them kind of point by point. We'll do some dynamics, we'll do some EQ, and some final mix automation stuff, and then we'll do some just some final tweaks. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we've got our project opened up here in New Window, and this is as if the tracks were recorded live. We've just imported them into our project. You can see I have multiple tracks here, and we've got a lot of editing we could do, and so we'll show you how to do some of that with Nuage. We have a track count of looks like 38 tracks. So there's so many ways you can go about mixing. We'll go ahead and start. I've got in this project, I've just pulled all the faders down, and we'll start from there. But first of all, we want to do a couple things to clean up our project window here. We can select all of our drum kit, for example. Let's put those all in a folder, and I've got a user assignable key set to, it's called Move Selected Tracks to New Folder, and you can see on the screen how that's quickly grouped all of those drum tracks into that drum folder. And then I can go ahead and name that drums here. I'm going to hurry and go ahead and do that real quick for the rest of the tracks here. Okay, and then we've got these background vocals as well, so we'll go ahead and just select those, move those to a new folder, select that as background vocal, and call that good. Okay, so you can see how quickly we've got those assigned there. I can then toggle, opening my folder tracks up here on my screen, and then it makes it quick and easy to see things. Now I also want to go through and set up some groups. So I'm going to say let's do 2 mono groups, and I'm also going to do maybe a couple stereos. Let me do 3 stereos for now. And I'm going to go ahead and name those real quick, and then I'll show you how to route them. Okay, so I've created some groups here, and this is a workflow I like to do. I've got a couple kick drums, a couple snares, and then my drum kit. And so I've actually created a kick group and a snare group and a drum kit group that I'm going to assign those to now, as well as my guitars and my keys and things. So I'll show you how you can route those really quickly here. So the second row of encoders is your outputs, and so I'm going to select my sub kick, and I'm going to send that to my kick drum, and I'm going to do my my kick in. I'm going to assign it to my kick as well, and then I have my snare drum. I'm going to route that to my snare. Snare top and bottom is going to my snare group, and then the rest of my drum kit I'm just going to assign to my kit here. So I can quickly just go through and assign those all. There's a few different ways you can do this, obviously. And then I'm going to now just go through and do this for the rest of my tracks real quick here. Okay, so I've routed all of my channels through groups, and now we've moved back to this screen so you can see. Now I've got a user assignable key set up to fold. It's called folding toggle tracks, and that just either opens all of my folders up or closes them. So that's how I'm doing that, just so you're aware. Now I can also set up my left and right locators. I've got my left locator set to the beginning of the track, and if I hit next event, it will jump me to the end of the project. So I can quickly hit set here and right, and that will set my right locator. So now I can flip between those 2 locators. Now, as you look through these tracks, I can see that there's a lot of editing that I want to do just very quickly right out of the box. And there's a reason that I'm going to do that. And that reason is I can utilize this, my fader channel view control key entitled Playing Channel. And that will only show me what's, it'll bring only those tracks that are under the cursor that are currently playing to my faders, so it makes it quick and easy to find things. So I'm going to quickly go through and do some of that editing here. And so I'm just going to start at the top of the track here. I'm not going to really mess with the drums all that much right now, but you can see my toms. I might go through and quickly edit some of those and cut out some, just some of these dead spaces here, you know, instead of using a gate. And so I'm just going to go through that for a minute. Just finishing up here on these background vocals. Just wanted you to see a little bit more again how quickly you can edit some of this stuff using Nuage here. And again, I'm just doing a quick edit. And then if I need to make fine adjustments, obviously I will do that later. But this just gets me up and going real quickly. I forgot to fade these out, so we'll go ahead and do that. Split these. And I think we'll call that good for now. Okay, so we're at a point we can start pushing up faders. I'm just going to start running through my drums real quick and get a feel for kind of where things are. Got my kick in and my sub kick. I'll just push these up for now. I've got my snare top, snare bottom. Now I've already gone through and checked polarity on both of these. Normally you'd want to do that, but I have already done that, and so we're good there. And let's see, hi-hat. Let's see our overheads here. Now I can pull up my pans, and obviously I can pan my drum kit hard left and right if I want to. And my hi-hat. I'm just going to throw my toms in for now, and then we'll listen to see kind of where they are once we have them. I have 2 bass channels, it looks like, in this project, and it sounds like the polarity is correct as well, so we'll just use, for now I'm just going to use 1 channel. And then I'm going to start going through my guitars here. And again, I don't know where things are. Oh, those are some room mics I'll have to come back to. Looks like I have quite a few stereo guitars, and so I may or may not pan those left and right, but for now I'll probably just pan them to get a good level set. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, and this is the reason we took time to do some edits, is if we hit this playing channel, now you see my faders changed, and I only see what's actually under the cursor right now. And so that's very helpful in a project like this when you're trying to search through. You saw me there pushing faders up and nothing's playing at the moment. So this will help with that if I hit playing channel, and now I only have, anything I push up is going to be something with that's got audio on it right now. So I've got some rooms there, got my piano. Now let's see here. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's do this. Okay, you can hear I've got levels pushed up here. And I think everything's in a relative balance. It's a good starting spot anyway for me. And I'm just jumping through to see if anything is sticking out. I've got a few keyboard tracks I might adjust a little bit, but I think I'm in a good starting spot. And so that'll be it for this video. You can see how having hands-on control of things has helped me very quickly, within a 15-minute period of time, get a quick rough mix. And so now our next video will move on to helping things find its own space. We'll work on some more panning possibly. We'll cover a little bit of equalization and some compression to help things stick out or sit back a little bit. And so thanks for watching. We'll go ahead and move on to that video. As usual, if you have any tutorial suggestions, please email me, brad@pulsesound.com. Would love to cover anything that you're looking for. Thanks again.